What is going on with all of my living, breathing, walking, amazing people of the planet and or the non? I am D Venom. You are all tuned into Raising Vibrations Podcast. I hope all of my people of the planet, especially my people of addiction and or functioning addicts, are staying on that straight and narrow and doing everything possible to elude those psychic vampires, negative energies, including podbean trolls and scallywags from one's lives. We all should know by now that those particular elements only take away from our energies and our vibrations. If we could elude them at all costs, we have done our own selves some justice and a huge favor. And with that being said, let's get into this morning's episode, starting now. All right, you guys, as mentioned, I am D Venom. I did not foreshadow the feathered friends because I'm not at the Mikasa. I'm across the street recording this particular episode for you guys. Of course, the birds are at home or at the apartment, so to speak. Anyway, happy Monday to each and every last one of you all. I hope that your Monday goes accordingly as planned. It's the beginning of the work week for a lot of us individuals, including myself, I thought, and I will elaborate on those words I thought here momentarily. It is beautiful here in Arizona. The sun is out. It has me sweating. There are people relaxed at the park, under trees, walking dogs, people commuting in their various own little ways back and forth. And I'm sitting in my car with the air on recording this content. Anyway, I would be at work normally, but I got a surprise once I got there. And I was told that basically Friday was my last day of work. Anyway, I did not know that I wasn't supposed to arrive at work. Other than that, I wouldn't have got up and went. I did receive a text message via the boss lady stating that this was a group text message because I'm a part of the group text, myself and my other coworkers. Anyway, we all received the text message that my used to be boss lady wasn't going to be at work. They had a doctor's appointment to attend to. And, there was going to be one energy that would be filling into her place, or there was going to be another energy that would be filling into her place. And amongst those energies, one energy is a little bit more powerful than the other because of the fact that I'm not going to say they run the school district, but they handle a lot of things, including the hiring and the firing and all of this type of stuff. Anyway, I also read via the text message that someone new is going to be starting, welcome them and all of this type of stuff. So I was looking forward to seeing who this new person is and whatever else. Anyway, I had my alarm set for about 3:44 a.m., which woke me up, but I ended up snoozing back off and I didn't wake up until about 5 something a.m. I called my mom. I spoke with her, got that over and done with, made myself some coffee, then took my shower, got that done, got dressed, took care of my feathered friend's niece before leaving the apartment. And once I did that, I left as normal. I had my choice of music playing, riding down the street, anxiously waiting to get to work so I can see who the new person is and get ready to feed the kids and, just have a normal work day. Anyway, I arrive at work and I see that the energy that has power in regard to the school district is there. So that let me know that they were taking the boss lady's place. And I see my other two coworkers' cars there. And I see an empty spot, so I park. And I get out of my vehicle as usual. I walk to the door that lets us into the kitchen, and I ring the doorbell as normal. Someone comes to let me in, and it's that energy who is pretty much the head over the school district that can hire and fire. And they greet me with a smile on their face. They were just like, what are you doing here? And I look at them and I'm like, I'm here to work, And I thought they were joking with me because they kept this smile on their face, and they were just like, well, you're not supposed to be here. Basically Friday was pretty much my last day. And, yeah. So I guess the simple fact that I drove all of that way, they were like, well, I can give you the 8 hours or whatever the case may be. And, you can work, if I guess so choose to, but, all in all, I'm not supposed to be there. Now, I told you guys in an episode that the school district was closing down some schools in the Valley. And, next year or sometime this year, I think it's next year, the middle school that I used to work at, were supposed to be getting the sixth graders from one of the schools that closed. Anyway, there are teachers and staff that need jobs, and I guess they have seniority over temps, because I'm a temp. So I guess they have a little bit more power than what I have. And, I guess they get first pickings in regard to a position at, some schools that need help. And anyway, I go inside. I see my other two coworkers. They're acting as if they don't know what's going on, and possibly they didn't know what was going on. One of them asked me what's going on with my hours, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like, all I know is that I'm not supposed to be here. And, I guess I don't have a job anymore. And so anyway, I was supposed to have received a quote unquote email or a phone call from the person who hired me in the first place by the name of A. Charles. I was supposed to have received a email or a phone call from them stating that the school is, I guess, letting go of all temps, allegedly, and they are going to be staffed with individuals from these particular schools that are closing down. And that's fine, but I didn't see any other temps leaving their positions. The only temp that was leaving their position was me. Now, I told you guys in episodes that I was chastised by the boss lady in regard to my performance. And I believe this has a huge factor in regard to why I'm not at work right now. I was told to pick up my pace, and I was told, cause I will admit that I was dozing off, on my position and stuff like that because I was tired. And, I was chastised about that as well. And I understand that it's a liability, if I got hurt, and I get that if I'm slicing something and I doze off and slice my finger, anything could happen. Anyway, I also want to mention that I was at this particular job way before this other energy started. There was another temp that started I don't want to give too much away, but one of my coworkers, they would get a little ill, on an intermittent basis. And so eventually they had someone come in to take their place, until they got better, which that person ended up, I guess getting a job for the middle school. Anyway, if they were basing everything upon seniority, I would still have my position, and that particular person that just started weeks ago would not be there. They're obviously basing this on performance because that person is still at the job and I am gone. Anyway, I'm talking to the higher fire energy in regard to, what's going on, and, the 8 hours that they pretty much gave me, and all of this type of stuff. And anyway, it kind of pissed me off because they were talking about the individuals that they were going to be hiring for positions at the school. that I used to work at, and they made the remark, and I'm just paraphrasing, stating that, well, those people need jobs because they have livelihoods to take care of. Well, what the fuck do you think I have? I have a livelihood to take care of too. And I thought that this job was taking care of that in regard to the paychecks that I was getting each week. Just to, and then for me to be the first one to leave, or the first person to, basically, get expelled, so to speak. Well, I don't want to, expelled is not the right word, but the first person to basically get booted off the island. It doesn't sit well with me. Something is not right. And then they were telling me that Charles has other jobs for me, and whatever the case may be. And I made sure to call Charles because the communication factor is all fucked up. I didn't receive an email. I didn't receive a phone call in regard to Friday being my last day, and I'm not to show up Monday. I mean, they already had this planned. The second time that I was chastised about my performance, that shit was set in motion in regard to getting rid of me. And my thing is, they could have better communicated this in a professional manner and told me weeks in advance that, look, this is our decision. We're going to get rid of you, and we're going to hire this new person that wasn't there when I got to work today. I guess they were going to start sometime later today. So I didn't get a chance to see who this person is. But anyway, if they would have just better communicated everything and told me weeks in advance so that I could, set my own self up, I would look at this situation a little bit differently. I have a livelihood that I have to take care of as well. And now I have to start from the beginning because basically people just don't give a fuck in corporate America, and you're just another figure to them. And, they just pretty much just said, fuck me, and let's hire somebody else type scenario. And I mean, I'm just really upset at the fact that this could have been better motherfucking communicated. Therefore, I could have got a head start in regard to looking for a job. And, so this, all of those actions just lets me know that they didn't give a fuck about me or my future and what I have going on. I can't get unemployment because I'm a temp, or I was a temp. And, I can't get any money that way. And I called Charles only for Charles not to return my phone call. But I, had a couple of questions for them in regard to, why wasn't this better communicated? Like I said, I haven't even heard back from them. I need proof that I no longer work for the damn middle school. So therefore I can give that to Social Security, housing. I'm going to have to give it to EBT. I have to keep myself afloat in some type of way, until I can find employment. So I'm going to have to, they're going to increase my food stamps and whatever else the case may be. It's just a fucked up situation. And it's just really convenient that the boss lady that I used to work for, has a doctor's appointment and couldn't be there today. It's just real convenient how that occurred. Not saying that they don't have a doctor's appointment, but it's just real convenient on the day that I show up at work and I'm supposed to, they all knew what the fuck they all knew what the fuck they were doing. They all knew what decision they were going to make in regard to getting rid of me. I just wish that the motherfuckers would have just told me ahead of time, look, this is what we're going to do. So this is what you may want to do for your own self. They didn't give a fuck about that. They just gave a fuck about having me replaced immediately and, let that be the reason. And it's not the reason. I'm not going to say it's an unfair judgment. Make whatever motherfucking decision you want to make. But think about other people and their livelihood as well. And the fact that that energy that hires and fires said what they said, oh, but they have homes to take care of. I mean, what the fuck? I live on the motherfucking streets, trick. I mean, shit, I don't like shit like that. That's why I spoke up and said what the fuck I said. And even though I had my mask on and they probably didn't hear what maybe I'm just really pissed off right now. But I have to keep my vibrations up. I have to remain positive. I have to remain optimistic. I have to know that the universe has my back. I have to know that everything is going to be okay. I have to keep myself afloat. I have to make sure that I don't go back into the matrix and relapse and do all of that shit because of this situation. I have to make sure that I'm fine, and I'm going to be, because I'm universally connected like that. And the universe is not going to allow me to fail. It's just not going to happen. I will have another job. I will. And it may not happen right away, but I will have another job. So in a nutshell, maybe it was a good thing that a lot of people that I tried to reach out to in regard to, y'all coming to the school district to work. Maybe it's a good thing that none of y'all responded to that shit, because the school district seems like it's a bunch of bullshit, just like corporate America in general. I mean, there are good jobs out there, but I'm so over this whole shit with corporate America, and I don't want to speed up my performance. I mean, shit, I understand that this is what you have to do for corporate America because they want motherfuckers to be chickens with their heads cut off. This is what they want. They want people to run around and do this and do that at the drop of a motherfucking dime type scenario. And I thought that I was doing that, but obviously I guess I wasn't doing enough. And, I guess this is why I was let go. But I'm still tripping on the fact that the energy that just started this job, due to the fact that one coworker, was constantly sick all the fucking time, that energy remained. And like I said earlier, if we're basing this upon seniority, I've been in this position before. This happened to me at Goodwill when I was bumped up for a position, and I quit on their ass because of their actions. I was there way before this one particular gentleman started, and myself and the manager, we just didn't get into it. That wasn't the case with myself and this particular situation. I thought that myself and the boss and all of that, I thought that we were all cool with each other. We talked about going out to get drinks and all that type of shit. But once again, I received an angelic number. I don't know what number it is that told me I was around some fake, phony ass motherfucking energies. And obviously I was around some fake, phony ass energies. And they specifically said the workplace is where I was going to be experiencing a lot of shadiness. And something's just not right with this whole situation. I'm too empathic. I feel it. I know it. And this was pretty much all set up, in order to get rid of me. I'm not sure what they're going to do in regard to the other temps that are there. It seems like they're going to be fine in regard to their positions. Because if you're going to let go of one temp, you should have let go of all of the motherfucking temps, because you allegedly have 5 or 6 other individuals coming in to work. So why are those temps still there? How come they're not gone? And, it's something's not right. I already know it. Something is not right. Shit just don't add up. It just don't motherfucking add up. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. And the podcast probably has something to do with it as well. Because remember, I told you the boss lady, when I was being chastised the second time around, was talking about my podcast. And, I understand not everyone wants to be a part of my life, my world, my podcast. I get that, and that's fine. But I told them I would stop talking about the school in regard to my podcast. And I did that. I did not mention the school. And if I did, it was something really brief that didn't have anything to do with what we did that particular day at work. But anyway, now that I'm not there, I'm going to talk all type of shit about their motherfucking asses. You can best believe that. But them badass motherfucking kids that don't abide by any motherfucking thing, they get food, throw it all on the motherfucking floor, don't give a fuck about nothing. Now, not all of them, but a great majority of them kids are spoiled as fuck. They have parents that pretty much are wealthy and, lawyers, doctors, shit like that. And they're privileged, white kids, I'm just going to keep it real. They're privileged white children that, pretty much get their way, obviously. And, obviously they get their way by how they treat the cafeteria and treat the staff. Oh my God, I can just tell y'all some things about these motherfucking kids, but I'm not here to do that. Quite frankly, I don't give a fuck, but, I may and may not use them as a reference later down the line. I don't know. I just know that I need to find another motherfucking job so that I can keep myself afloat and not struggle. And that's one thing that upsets me. They weren't concerned about a person's struggle. They were just concerned about getting another number or a couple of numbers up in there so that they can continue on being corporate America while I sit here and figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. It just pisses me off that no one got in contact with me to communicate the fact that, hey, Friday is going to be your last day. Even a couple of days in advance, so that I could start looking for a job would have been nice. But the fact that I didn't get any phone call or no email stating that this is going to occur is real fucked up. And it just lets me know that they just don't give a fuck about at least me, because I'm the one that's jobless at this point. And I have to try 22 the time of the recording. And I have to try my best to not relapse and go off the straight and narrow because of this. And I'll be fine. I'll find and I hate to say it, but I'll find a much better job that don't have so many motherfucking days off like the school district does. And I'll be making even more money. Hopefully I could use my peer support certificate and really be in a job setting that serves my higher purpose and my higher good. Not saying that the school didn't, but I need to be fulfilling my God-given purpose in life. And that is taking care of these individuals that have drug addictions. This is what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And I really do want to be in that particular setting. Yeah. So right now I'm just pretty much in thought and trying to figure out what my next move is going to be, considering the school didn't give a fuck. So I advise y'all not to work for the school district, to be quite frank with you. Don't get me wrong. Not all schools are created equal. And thank God I didn't come off that idea that I had for the school, because they probably would have ran with that and I would not be there. So everything happens for its own particular reason. And there was a reason why I just didn't come out that idea like I, planned on and kept it to myself. Everything happens for its own reason. And, it's the reason why I'm not there. And that reason is because Source has better plans for me. That's the bottom line. And, it's a messed up way to have to depart. But I guess Source felt like there was no other way to, end it. And then the hiring, firing energy was like, well, at least you're here to say goodbye to everybody. I mean, this is not no time for no fucking jokes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit. I don't have time to joke with your motherfucking ass. I have a livelihood to worry about. And this job was my livelihood until otherwise. And now that otherwise has happened, I am trying to figure out what the fuck am I going to do. So to joke around like that is, I mean, This is why people do exactly what they do and turn their backs on corporate America and use their God-given talent to make ends meet and get residual income and whatever else. And corporate America is sitting back looking looking stupid because they're losing out on employees day by day because they're doing what they love in life. And I want to do what I love in life. I don't want to do what I don't want to do in life. And for a second, I was doing something that I love, and that was getting up and going to feed those children their meals Monday through Friday. And that's what I used to love doing. Now I have to find something else. And I will. Anyway, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just really in thought right now. I don't know what else to do except be in thought. I know that I need to utilize a lot of energy manifesting and praying and meditating. I'm definitely going to be utilizing a lot of energy in that department. But all will be okay. All will be fine. It's just back to the drawing board. Thank God I have a few checks coming in. Maybe 3 or 4 checks that'll keep me afloat. So I'm going to have to really save and preserve the best way that I possibly can so that I don't go under, because I can't afford to go under. I just can't. Anyway, 27:33 time of the recording. Anyway, you guys, keep me in your prayers and, pray for me that I find a better job and, I stay afloat and not venture off into the matrix and relapse and all of that. Just keep me in your prayers and, things will get better. Things will uplift. As much as I want to break down, I'm not going to give them that power over me in regard to breaking down and about this situation, because there's nothing to break down about. Unfortunately, I was a temp that was pretty much played like a temp. I got them so far and they didn't need me anymore. And, let's boot them without any concerns about their livelihood. And, that's the way corporate America works, you guys. Anyway, I'm going to end this content and I'll try to go live and something later, or reach out to you guys later, maybe give you guys a hidden gem. I have a lot of time on my hands now since I'm not working, so I'll be here with you guys quite often. All right, I'm D Venom, and until my next episode, y'all be good. LLS, love, light, and support of not only oneself but each other, and be weary of the energies that surround you and vice versa, because not everybody is created equal. And be careful out there in corporate America, because you just never know when it is your time to get cut. And, yeah. All right. Namaste, everybody. 29:55, time of the recording.